you can hear my voice, please type here. Yes, you can. Okay, thank you very much. Febrina Aulia from Bukit Tinggi, Sumatera Barat. Okay. Um, anyone? Okay. So I would assume that all people already registered here can hear my voice clearly. If the voice is not clear, heard clearly, um, uh, most likely you have a problem with your connection. So I would suggest you to test your um, system. Make sure that it meets the minimum standard of webinar. Okay, let me give you the URL. Okay, it takes a while here. Meeting system testing. Okay. Yeah, here it is. Okay, that's the URL to test your system. Make sure all your requirements already, your system, your specifications already meet the requirement for this webinar. Okay, so assuming that everybody's from Indonesia, so I'll speak Indonesian. Okay, the agenda today will be introduction, wireless. We'll be talking about the basic of wireless and then optimization and then demo. And if we have time, we can do question and answer. Okay, what is TLC? Kita adalah Garda Litis Cakrawala, based in Bandung. Area kita training IT consulting, ya certified training partner, konsultan dan distributor. Jadi kalau mau cari konsultasi MikroTik bisa ke kita. Certified training
Thank you for
partner
using
juga,
any meeting.
dan distributor. Ya, kalau perlu barang MikroTik juga bisa ke kita. Saya sendiri adalah Linux user. Nama saya Ahmad Mardiansyah, based di Bandung. Ya, Linux user sejak tahun 99. Ya. Pengguna MikroTik tahun 2007. Certified trainer ya untuk semua training MikroTik. Konsultan, sebelumnya pernah bekerja sebagai telco engineer, sysadmin, programmer, dan lecturer. Sekarang silakan kenalkan diri Anda sendiri, nama, dari mana, pengalaman MikroTiknya apa aja. Silakan di chat box ini. Halo. Oh ya, saya ingin tahu pakai koneksi apa sekalian juga ya. Biasanya orang register ke sini, biasanya pakai Telkom, ya. Ada Speedy, ada IndiHome, ada macam-macam. Oke, silakan introduce yourself, nggak usah malu ya. Silakan Pak. Bagi yang baru-baru silakan. Nggak ada yang ngetik. Ayo, ayo. Halo. Apa? Bisa minta tolong ininya nggak? Infokan kemari pakai koneksi apa ke webinar ini ya. Jadi lumayan perlu tahu juga sih. Jadi pakai apa biasanya? Oke, silakan Pak. Ada chatting di sini. Febrina SMK, oke. Koneksi menggunakan Speedy, oke, terima kasih. Berarti Speedy bagus ya, oke. Jadi kalau ada orang lain, maksudnya begini, kenapa saya tanya? Kalau ada orang lain tanya, oh pakai SPD bisa nggak ikutan webinar? Saya jawab bisa ya, karena di sini saya juga punya bukti bahwa oh orang ini pakai SPD dan bisa mengikuti webinar dengan baik. Oke, yang lain bagaimana? Silakan. Ini Febrina SMK, berarti sudah pengalaman pakai mikrotik ya di SMK. Ini saya asumsikan uh, sudah mengerti mikrotik ya. Biasanya SMK jurusannya jaringan ya biasanya. Sudah mengerti mikrotik. Oke, ada lagi yang lain? Terima kasih Febrina ya, berani memperkenalkan dirinya. Bagaimana yang lain? Ini Febrina aja bisa, yang lain gimana ini? Oke, selanjutnya dari Handoyo dari Malang. Oke, koneksi 4G smart. Oke, nggak apa-apa Pak ya, nggak usah dipakein bintang-bintang, sebut aja mereknya. Nggak apa-apa. Oke, smart bagus ya. Ini bagaimana nih Pak Dery, pengalaman mikrotiknya baru atau baru kenal atau udah? Oh, saya udah pakai mikrotik 10 tahun gitu. Oh ya udah. Jadi apa ikut webinar di sini paling cuman silaturahmi aja. Oke, sudah? Ayo dong kenalan dong, kan di sini kita apa, uh, kita ini wadah-wadah silaturahmi kan, jadi bisa saling kenal. Ya ada lagi nggak nih? Oke, Eko koneksi Skyline. Oke, dikirain promo. Oh nggak perlu ya, pengalaman mikrotik kurang lebih 1 tahun. Oh nggak perlu. Jadi ini bukan promo, bukan pamer-pamer gitu ya. Tujuan saya untuk mengetahui background Anda adalah agar saya dalam presentasi ya tahu gitu kan. Kalau misalkan orangnya baru, uh, ya kita bahas yang basic-basic. Gitu. Kalau di sini orangnya sudah udah pengalaman pakai mikrotik, ngapain kita bahas basicnya kan gitu. Oke, selanjutnya terima kasih ada dari Michael. Oh ya, Michael saya tahu ya. Ini dari SMK dari Jakarta ya kalau nggak salah ya. Oh, okay. I got one here. Ternyata satu orang ini dari asing. Oh, Depok. Ya, ya, maaf, maaf. Ya, ini Sinergia Telekom, IL Tarragona. Okay, so it means that I have to switch to English, I'm afraid, yeah. Um, okay, guys, so we have one guest here. So not everyone here from Indonesia. So uh, one person is from overseas. Okay, thank you very much. So where are you from? Can you please start doing here? Okay, better in English. Okay, no worries. So you're connected from Catalonia. Where is Catalonia? Is it in somewhere in Asia or I'm not sure can you please tell me a little bit yourself? Oh, Southern Europe. Oh, okay, Southern Europe, maybe Italia or Spain. Okay. Well, guys, so we have a guest here from Spain. Thank you very much. It's very far away from Indonesia. Um, okay, let's get started. Thank you very much for your introduction. So I would assume you already know MikroTik for several months or maybe even years. So for those who are new to MikroTik, MikroTik is the name of a company, a brand, a program, or then the headquarters in Riga, Latvia. Thanks. Thanks also for attending this webinar, yeah, Mr. I don't know your name, sir. Uh, Synergia Telecom, but I'm not sure there is a person named with that one. Okay, next, what are MikroTik products? Oh, so your name is Ismail. Thank you very much. So MikroTik products, Actually, MikroTik only produces two products. One is router OS, the other is router board. Router OS is the operating systems based on Linux. So you can think router OS is like Linux distributions, like Ubuntu, um, what else? CentOS, Red Hat, Mandrive, Mandriva, Slackware, any other Unix, Linux distributions. Yes, they do Linux distribution, but that distribution is specialized for networking. So you will not be able to like doing package management like apt-get, what else, Yum, yeah, any other things that relates to the package management. You cannot install Apache, you cannot install MySQL there. So it's purely for networking. So the functions that they embed to the distribution is functions like DHCP, like a firewall, the IP tables, the web proxy, and then yeah, other things like that. The second product from MikroTik is the router board. Router board here is the hardware. Why do they produce this? Why do they produce the hardware? Because if you install router OS in the PC, it will take a lot of resources, take up space. They can take up more power, and then it's not really mobile and flexible. You cannot, if you install in a PC, PC is quite big. If you bring that PC with you, you travel somewhere, um, it's not that nice, yeah? Take up very much space, and that if you have a tower, you're gonna put that box on top of the tower, yeah. So that's why they think, okay, so it's time for us, MikroTik, it's time for MikroTik now to make a router board. Here's the hardware. Okay, so for the hardware itself, you can see in the routerboard.com website. So what the router OS can do? Well, a lot of things. Yeah, of course, the things that relates to the network. Yeah, what else? So you just go to mikrotik.com. There you can see the files. What is router OS? So inside you can see the feature what the router OS can do. Also, you can download their product catalog. There you can see there are lots of um, range of products produced by MikroTik. If there are new products that is not yet written in the product catalog, usually they uh, they release a newsletter. Okay, so all of them you can download from mikrotik.com. About the training itself, so first you have to attend the MTCNA. After that, the MTCRE. NA means MTC means MikroTik certified. NA means network admin. RE means router engineer. So you take the course and certification based on your requirement. If your network is, where is the new one? What do you mean the new one? Oh, the IPv6. Yeah, I forgot to put them here. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Yeah, next webinar. Yeah, next webinar I will put them here. So after you finish the MTCNA and then ask yourself, is your network big enough? So you have more than one routers, and then you can attend MTCRE. If you have lots of wireless network, yeah, and then you can attend MTCWE. WE means wireless engineer. If you want to set up traffic control for your organization with some more sophisticated way, and then you can attend MTC TCE, traffic control engineer. So if you want to apply hotspots, for example, the one that is applied in the airport, so that if everybody wants, in every airport or terminals, usually the owner of the place provide a free internet. You don't have to put password to get in, but when you want to um, um, connect to the internet, you have to the kind of registrations, and then you have to click connect in order to get internet for, let's say, 30 minutes. So that one is the hotspot features. That feature can be done using a hotspot, and then that topic, hotspot topic, is discussed in MTC UME, um, MikroTik Certified User Manager Engineer. Also the VPNs, and then the bridging between VPNs. You can see it there. So if your network is getting bigger and bigger, and then so it's time for you to apply for an AS number, Autonomous System Number, ASN. It means that yeah, the training that's suitable to that situation is MTCINE. So all certificates here is last for 3 years. If they're already expired, and then you can just renew. And then if you have 2 certificates, MTC and MTCRE, you just renew the last one, right? So if you have any question, just type in the chat box here, and then I will discuss. So is there anybody recording the session? So last webinar, we had one person recording the webinar. Thank you very much. But this time, I don't know. Who was recording the webinar last time? Yeah, but thank you very much anyway. Okay, so let's talk about the wireless topic now. So what is Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi is actually it's a one kind of wireless communication. So it's defined by IEEE, and then the number is 802.11x. So X could be A, B, C, D, no, A, B, G, N, and then many others standard for the Wi-Fi. The way Wi-Fi operates, you can define by it can be infrastructure mode or ad hoc mode. So infrastructure, as the name suggests, it requires access point AP. If it is ad hoc, you don't have to have the access point. So you just connect from one client to the other client directly. What IEEE defines is the standard in layer 2 as well as the layer 1. So layer 1 is the physical. So they define how the modulations apply in the wireless connection, and also what kind of frame does the a client or IP is sending. What about the airframe and sort of like that. So those specification is written in the standard defined by IEEE. So all manufacturers receive the standard, and then write those standards into their firmware of the product, including MikroTik. Okay, about the standard itself, you can see here in the table. You have A, B, G, N, and then AC. You see, you also can also see the release year when it was released, and then we also have a maximum data rate, and then there on which band is it operating. So it is operating on 2.4 gigahertz or 5. The latest technology for Wi-Fi, which was already released, was 802.11 AC. It can go up to 400 megabit per second, but the the band that is using is 5 gigahertz. So meaning that for all devices, you cannot get it, because all devices most likely only support up to 11N. So this is how infrastructure mode looks like. So you've got an access point, and then this the client. So we in wireless we don't say client, we call them station. So this station connects to access point, and then the way it connects is by connecting to an service that is identified by BSSID or SSID. So this coverage um, is called basic service set, and then BSSID is identified by BSSID. Usually is taken from the AP's MAC address. Yeah, well, because remembering the MAC address is quite difficult, so that's why the SSID usually is written in the human readable way. Okay. Okay, one question here from Bayu Guntur. Internet di sini semua. I don't know what you mean, that guys. So if you can write the question in English or Indonesian, and then I will be happy to answer that. So the next question is, can we extend the coverage? Guys, this checkbox, if you have any questions, and then you can put them in the checkbox. Okay, if you just want to say hi or testing, and then anything else, I mean, you can do it somewhere else, not here, okay? Because, yeah, others wants to see the you know, the question that relates to the topic. Okay, I have one question here. I want to ask about the performance of RB CAP to end performance. How many clients? How many clients can it handle? Okay, so RB means router board. CAP means sailing access point. 2N means it operates on 2 gigahertz, and N means it supports 11N technology. Well, I have a CAP, but it was the old CAP. It doesn't have any dual dual chain. So I think it's still single chain. The CAP is a little bit, which is quite cheap. And then if you ask me about how many users can that CAP handle, I mean, if the stations only only you know, just connect to the internet and then just do a little thing, well, it can handle more than 100, you know, just for connecting. Okay, it's not doing anything. But when people are browsing and browsing, and then well, that depends. Okay, that depends. So let's say if they use 300 Mbps, and then divided by, okay, if you have 10 people and then 300 Mbps divided by 3, no, it's not like that. It's not the way it works. Okay, so if you have a, okay, maybe we can discuss this one later. Okay, and we talk about how the wireless is working. Okay, because wireless is half duplex. So talking about the bandwidth, it's not similar when you have a wired connection. Okay, so for Michael, okay, please keep your questions. We will discuss that question later. Okay, so at least here I'm going to you know, explain what the wireless is. Make sure everybody can follow, is tuning in the same frequency, you know. Okay, so okay, where were we? So we want to extend the coverage, okay, because previously in the previous slide here, If you just use one access point, it's not enough. Okay. Yeah, because this signal cannot travel far away. So we need to extend the coverage. Well, one way to do that is called ESS. Yeah, so the extension is called the service that will be provided that is already extended is called ESS, so extended service set, identified by ESSID or SSID. So in this case, a user can roam from one AP to the other AP. So this system is called DS, distributed system. So it's going to be like this. Okay, so you have one access point here, the other access point there. User can travel from access point 1 to access point 2. Okay, it's as simple as that. So between these two access points, we have a backbone network, usually wire. So access point 1 connected to a switch, and then access point 2 connected to the same switch. Okay, so basically it's just layer 2 connection between them. Well, what if the backbone is wireless? I don't have any luxury to roll out the cables and then connect those access points. Well, this system is called WDS, a wireless distributed system. So previously, as you can see here, this is one system, AP1, AP2, and then the total number of users that can be handled by the system is just sum up of those access points. So if access point 1 um, can serve 20 access point, access point 2, 20 access point, you just sum all of them. So total number of user uh, that can be handled by this um, system is 20 plus 20 equals to 40. Okay, but this one is different. So we have 3 access point here. So if we use with WDS system, so all of them will be considered as one access point. So total number of user that can be served by this system, this WS system, is just 20. Well, so it's bad performance then. Yes, it is. It's bad. It's not good. But the benefit of the WDS here is you have a wider coverage. Okay. So for example, you have an earthquake and then the journalist wants to send news to their agency. I think this one could be one of the solutions. About the channel itself, so a wireless channel is going to be like this. So you have channel 1, 2, 3, up to 14. Well, that depends on your country. For example, in the United States, the maximum channel is 11. In Indonesia, our channel is up to 13. So if I set my access point to channel 13, and then I have one guest which is from America, they cannot join to my network because I'm running on channel 13, and then maximum channel that he can join is channel 11. So no luck at all. Okay, so yeah, that's it. One thing that you need to know about the channel here. So when you see the cyan block here, the light blue block here with the numbers in the middle, so below the number is the central frequency. So for channel 1, it's 2412. And then the way it's operating, it's not only operating on 2412 like a FM radio. It starts from 2401 to 2423. So the gap between them is we call it channel width. Okay, so it's the It's the difference between upper frequency and then lower frequency. What about 5 gigahertz channel? Same thing. Okay, depends on the regulation on each country. Indonesia, we are just allowed to use 5.7 gigahertz. Lower than that is not allowed. Okay, other countries have different rules. So here, the brown one is the normal channel, and then the yellow one, we call it turbo channel. It's a combination of both channel, both normal channels. So if we have a higher or wider data channel, and then the data rate will be higher. But as the consequence, you cannot, I mean, all you cannot run access point that is very close to them because it will give them interference. Okay, the next thing is about the full duplex and half duplex. So as the nature, because you're using one channel or one frequency for all users, also being used by the access point. So when one station sending or access point is sending the data, others must wait. And then we don't have any time slot here. And then this method is called CSMA-CA. And so Wi-Fi is half duplex. So CSMA-CA, so collision carrier sends multiple access. So it's a one technique for multiplexing the media. So so multiplexing means you're just using one media being used by more than one user. That's the meaning of multiplexing. If you are working in telecommunications, I'm really sure you know about this kind of multiplexing. Okay, so CSMA, that's the technology, that's the algorithm. Okay, so carrier send multiple access. So many users can use the same media, but we have a CA, collision avoidance. It means that all parties, all users that is involved in the wireless network should be able to hear each other. Why? Because if somebody is sending, other must wait. Okay, and then as a default, from 802.11, there is no time slot for each station because it's not written in the standard. Okay, that's the everybody should know. If you're using GSM, GSM has a time slot. Okay, I was working as telco before, so I know. Okay, about CSMA-CA itself, so carriers and multiple access, the collision avoidance. So every station in the network should be able to hear each other. If not, and then we're going to have a hidden node problem. The terminologies, here we have station and AP. So in wired network, we have this kind of like a client and server. The topology, we have a PTP, point-to-point antenna, using single antenna. We have PTP dual antenna. So for example, if you are using end stream with dual antenna, MikroTik supports that. So that could be one example, yeah, PTP dual antenna. So by doing this one, you can use one antenna as TX for transmit, and then the other antenna is for RX for receive. So by doing this one, the point-to-point could be full duplex communications. So if you're using ubiquity, okay, so this is a MikroTik webinar now, but I'm talking ubiquity. Okay, that's fine. Should be okay then. Yeah, because we do ubiquity also. So we do consultation about MikroTik, ubiquity, and then Linux system, and also the radius. Our radius is also good. Okay, back to the topic here. If you use air fiber, so that is dual antenna as well. So one frequency for TX, the other frequency for NX. And for PTMP, so it means that one access point will be accessed by many stations like campus, office, airport, cafe, and then also we have WDS. No, it's optimization. So optimization by definition is to make system as perfect as possible. To push the capability of equipment to its limit. Yeah. So for example, the limit of wireless system, let's say 100 megabit per second. We want our data rates as close as possible to the limit. Okay, so what can we expect from optimizations? Is stable connections. Okay, we can achieve 100 megabit per second. Yeah, okay, good, very well. But it's not stable. Sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 112, sometimes 110. But after that, it's dropped to 50 megabit per second. So it's not stable connection. So what can you expect from optimizations like that? So optimizations must have results of stable connection. Yeah, so we can achieve the limit of technology. Okay, but one thing you should remember is wireless is dynamic and it's a continuous process. Sometimes, okay, before I came to the UK, I had a project for optimizing a wireless network in a factory. Okay, and then I talked to them that, okay, so this is the first phase. Maybe it we after we have done the optimization and then the network, the wireless network was good, but it doesn't guarantee that it will last forever. Okay, because wireless is dynamic. In the future, maybe there will be a new source of interference. Um, um, what is it? There is an incompatibility of the devices and then others. Okay, so once again, optimization is a continuous process. Okay, for the demo here, I don't have any. I don't have. Okay, let me check here. Well, I, I, I don't have any MikroTik that we can play with, but here I have some screenshot that we can use to yeah, to get some idea about what kind of optimization we can achieve with MikroTik. So I divided the presentations with with two big parts. First is the CPE optimization, so the station, and then access point optimizations is. So for CPE, the goal is to make sure that CPE can establish a connection to IP. Okay, because we are using infrastructure modes, and then that infrastructure mode consists of two parts, the access point and then the station. So make sure that on the CPE side, we are able to connect to the AP. So tools that we are using could be scanner, alignment, okay, or quickset. So this quickset is very good for alignment. So whenever you are pointing out the station, so and then the signal strength can be seen directly on the web interface. So it is very nice feature. So this is sorry. So the slide here shows the scanner. Okay, so you can scan the access point. So the purpose for scanner tool is to check the signal from the access point, or yeah, the access point. So as you can see here, we have address, SSID, and then channel, and then signal strength. We have noises, we have signal, to noise ratio, radio name, and then the router version. Okay, we have alignment here. So there is the feature for alignment, and then we can use beep with that. Okay, so whenever we are pointing, and then when the signal is good, and then the beeper will be sounding faster. It's also a nice feature. And we can set up, okay, so if you are reach maximum of this one, and then yeah, the beeper will sounding faster. Okay, so next is the quick set. As you can see, in the middle, we have a signal strength. Okay, so that is the graph, live graph, where it displays the strength of the signal received by the CPU. So you can use that to connect to the access point. Okay, now is the AP. So the goal is when we optimize the AP is we want to make sure that the AP provide optimal service to CPE. Okay, so how does that? How does the AP do that? Well, there are several tools that we can use for this frequency usage. The snooper or spectrum analyzer. Uh, Here's the frequency usage. Um, okay, so this one is how to make MikroTik as an access point. So just go to quick set, and then there you can pick the home AP. So it means that you are turning the MikroTik device to be an access point. Simple as that. Okay, the next is frequency usage. So as I said before, um, the correct frequency will really have an impact, a good impact of, uh, of a client connection. So you have to make sure that the frequency that you are using is not interfering with others, or other interfere uh, your your uh, your uh, your access point. Okay, so you have to make sure that you are the only one that's using the frequency in that area, which is, well, for outdoor. And then if you're using 2.4 gigahertz, practically it's impossible, because everybody is having the same chance to use the same frequency, right? Yeah, but this is for indoor, and I will assume that inside the building you have your own, um, you know, um, you have your own permission, or yeah, rights to control the wireless signal inside the building. Usually indoors inside the building, right? Okay, and then snooper. Snooper means checking um, the frequency here, the frequency that is um, so. As you can see, this is a snooper screenshot. On that, you can see tables. On the left, we have frequency, band, address, SSID, signal strength, percent of frequency usage, frequency traffic, the bandwidth, and so on. So here you can see the utilizations of that particular frequency. So if that frequency is used by other people a lot, and then the signal strength is quite high, then do not pick that frequency. Okay, pick another frequency far away from that. Otherwise, it's gonna be you're going to have interference with them. Another tools which you can use is spectrum analyzer. So here you have to um, you need to use the dude for opening this interface. Okay. It's not It's not available in the Winbox now. You need to use the diode for spectrum analyzer. It will display at a certain amount of time. This frequency is being used. So, for example, in here, as you can see, there was an activity in 2.4 gigahertz something. Okay, 242 something. So I would assume that this one is yeah, it's a channel one. I think yeah, channel one. Channel one is being used, and then as you can see the channel width, it's different. Yeah, and then on top of it, then before that, it is it's wider. Okay, so that means that frequency is occupied. Somebody is sending the data that frequency. So that means do not use that frequency because they will interfere with your communication, which is not good. And then you can see in the registration table, okay, the one that can see many all users is the access point. So in the access point, you go to registration table and then check what is the signal of each kind. If you see in this example here, from the station point of view, the signal strength from the access point is minus 24 and 21. Okay, so TX is minus 24, RX is minus 21, which is very, very good signal here. So that if the signal is good, the TX or RX rate can go up to the maximum. Next thing is about wireless survey. Yeah, so this is the um, I would say this is the ultimate weapon for wireless troubleshooting. So when I had a project for wireless optimizations last few weeks ago, so I use this one. So I do okay. So the person asked me, okay, how many access points do we need here? I cannot tell you. I have to do wireless survey. And then based on that, I will propose, okay, this amount of access point that you can use. Okay, so it's very, very useful. If not, and then you just kind of like shooting in the dark. You don't really know the problem. Okay, let's change it. Okay, hopefully it works. No. So I have one case study here. So there is a there's a school, and then school has rooms, classrooms. So we have three classrooms here: A109, A103, A104. Then they put access point out of the room. So as you can see on the left-hand side, they put the access point on the ceiling, yeah, and then hopefully they can the signals can go into the classroom with no problem. Okay, normally okay you can see the signal, but what is the performance? What about the performance? Well, let's see it here. So the blue color, okay, is bad. The red color, so the more red, the more yellow is good. Okay, so that's why when I became there into AO3, AO4, AO9, many people are complaining they cannot access the internet, they cannot join the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi signal is very bad. Well, here's the proof. Okay. Then we also do the download test. As you can see, the people that sitting close to the access points can get a better data rate compared um, to the one that's sitting far away. Okay. So, myth, wireless is difficult. Can it be seen? Well, you can use wireless tools to visualize the spectrum. Brand determines performance, which is not true. Location is much more important than the brand. Okay, doesn't matter if you use Cisco, Ruckus, Aruba, MikroTik, TP-Link, whatever. Location is much more important. Wireless is complex to get correct understanding. So you need to get correct understanding about how wireless works. Sometimes people do not understand what is dB, what's decibel. So SNR means signal to noise ratio. So its ratio it means A per B. But why can we just subtract from this one minus 90 dBm to, let's say, minus 70 dBm? Why can we just subtract them? Because they don't understand the concept of decibel. Okay. Add more bandwidth, solve everything. No, it's not. Again, it depends on location. If you have 100 megabit per second, but if you put the wireless access point in bad locations, still no, no hard feeling. Okay, still the signal is not that good. We don't need wire. No, it's not. We still need wire because it's much more reliable um, compared to the wireless one. Okay, we have question and answer, and then I hope you guys interested. If you want to come to our training, you can just doing so. We have a training in December. Okay, you can um, check our website as well, and then that's it. End of slides. Okay, let's talk about this question here about the review. I think this is the review. Well, because to be honest. Testing the point-to-point connection is much easier compared to point-to-multipoint because point-to-multipoints you need if you want to simulate that you need to have many people that going to the connect to that access point. So we need many volunteers to check the performance. Well, but I can say I have one case where RBC CAP2N performance, and then they were accessed by 40 people. And yeah, it went well. Why 40 people? Because yeah, at the time in that room there are 40 people, and then they are connected to the same access point. Then when I see the registration table, oh okay, we have 40 people connected, and then all of them can access the internet with no problem. Okay, I hope that answered the questions. Oh, it's already 8 o'clock in Jakarta now. Any other questions? Any other questions? For people who is from Spain here, do you have any questions, or are there some clouds on your head? you can you can ask them here. So the propose for this webinar. So we GLC um, made the first webinar is from 2010. So this is not our first webinar. First webinar that we made, I still remember up to now when I was in Australia, was the first January, January, yeah, the 1st of January 2010. So it's a new year, yeah. New Year, the first day in 2010. So that was our first webinar. And then that time we were discussing the Solaris operating system. Okay, so Michael, okay, hope your answer, hope your question is answered. Any more questions? Hello, any more questions? Well, if you want to ask a question, you can type in here in Indonesian, then I will discuss in English. Any more questions, please? Okay, Fabrina, I never did configuration for AP before. Okay, is all the tools for AP of design in MikroTik board? Is all the tools? Sorry, are all tools for AP optimizations available in MikroTik board? Not directly. Not um, some of the features you can just use it from Winbox, like frequency usage, like the alignments. Those features you can just use it directly from Winbox. Okay, but some tools like frequency analyzer. Yeah, that one actually frequency analyzer is kind of expensive stuff. So we have in our lab here, I'm teaching in Telecom University, and then we have a frequency analyzer which can analyze which frequency is being used by other access point. That one is quite expensive. But here in MikroTik, you can use it for free as long as we have the router pool. But with one condition, you can access it from the Dude client. Okay, does that answer the questions? Okay, I hope so. Okay, any other questions? Okay, I will assume that you already understand the basic of RF. It's like decibels, like RF fundamental. Decibels, uh, decibel milliwatt, dBm, dBi. dBm is decibel milliwatt, so it's like comparing uh, signal to 1 milliwatt. Anything else? Ada lagi nggak? Oke, kalau tidak ada, thank you very much for your coming. I hope you get something from this webinar, at least, you know, uh, you can understand how the webinar, sorry, how the wireless works. Okay, but the thing here is, okay, you can get a theory, but you need to have more practice on configuration. So the theory itself is not enough. I will not say that um, okay, you don't need to learn the theory. No, if you're working in wireless, you must be back up with a good understanding of RF theory. RF means radio frequency theory. You must understand that. Okay. After you understand the theory, then you need to master with the you need to master the configuration. So you need to know, okay, which tool is used to optimize this one. Um, what kind of menu should I click? Which button should I push? Okay, yeah, those things. Okay, so I think it's time for us to say goodbye. We'll see in the next 2 weeks. Okay, so if there's no questions, and then see you again, and then ini pada malu kelihatannya nih ya. Ya, jangan malu ya. Terima kasih banyak, dan selamat siang. Ilmu gaib ya, ilmu gaib, karena gaib artinya tidak kelihatan, tidak kasat mata ya, gaib seperti hantu atau jin atau apa gitu ya. Itu tidak kasat mata ya, seperti wireless. Oke, terima kasih banyak sudah datang. Kita ketemu lagi. Ya, saya harap webinar ini berguna sekali ke teman-teman. Thank you very much. Yeah.